Okay, today my friends, I'm going to talk about coaches versus hoaxes, and what I mean by that is over the years I've been smart enough to invest in a huge amount of support, a huge amount of advice from both coaches, from mentors, from consultants and all those sort of things to make sure that I can shortcut my path to success. Now in the investments that I've made, there's been three key things that I've always looked for, and if I found that I always look for these three things, good shit tends to happen. So today, let's talk about those three traits. Trait number one, you need to make sure that any coach, any mentor, any external support that you get is willing to tell you when stuff is shit. So what I mean by that is I want you to consider the possibility right now that the type of advice that you are getting, whether it's from a spouse, whether it's from a family member, whether it's from a business partner, is not the right advice because they are too scared to tell you that it's the wrong fucking thing and it is a terrible thing that you should be doing, and ultimately the stuff that you put together is complete and utter horseshit. You need to make sure that you've got someone that is willing to tell you what you are doing is wrong, and you need to do it a different way, because in my experience, if you surround yourself with yes men, do you know what happens? You do the wrong stuff. Ultimately, you're just doing what you're going to do anyway, and that is not a good place to be. Thing number two, we need to make sure that someone has, when we are looking for support and looking for external advice, is we need to make sure that we have someone that is going to make sure that you either sink or they make sure that you're going to swim. So what I mean by that is you want to make sure that you have someone that's going to help you, someone that is going to support you, someone that is going to advise you, but as soon as that person starts doing shit for you, well, my friends, you are in a bad place, because ultimately that person is not letting you fucking drown by making you do it yourself. You see, in my experience, we've got a 4-year-old here called Barney. He's absolutely amazing, but if he would let me, if he would allow me, he would be like, you know what, Dad, every morning I want you to brush my teeth, I want you to put my fucking clothes on, I want you to dress me, I want you to make my breakfast, I want you to do everything for me. Now, even though right now, when he's kicking and screaming, that might be a great thing to do, but here's the problem down the line, whether it's 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, if I'm to do everything for him, all that means is that he's not going to be able to out there survive in the real world. He's ultimately going to fall down and he's ultimately going to fail. So in a relationship that you have with someone that's giving you support, giving you advice, giving you help, it needs to be one where you are out there sinking and swimming on your own merits, and that means that you've got to do the shit. You just need their help to make sure that you're doing the right fucking thing. So thing number one, you need to make sure that someone's going to tell you it's shit when things are shit. Things number two, you need to make sure that you're going to have to do this stuff for yourself, and someone's going to make you sink or they're going to make you swim. Thing number three, and this is arguably the most important trait, they need to be expensive as fucking hell. Now what I mean by that is, the more skin that you have in this game, my friend, when it comes to getting support, you know what happens? The more likely you are to implement the shit. If you are just going to invest a couple of pounds, a couple of dollars here or there, do you know what the sort of effort you're going to put into making sure that stuff gets in your business? Minimal. The flip side being, you go invest 20, 30, 40, $50,000, £50,000 inside of your business, do you know what happens? You are guaranteed that you're going to take action on it, because, my friends, you have some skin in the game, and when you have some skin in the game, you know what? You go, I'm going to fucking do this, because if I don't do this, I'm going to look like a tit for investing all of this money. So that's it today, my friends. When you are looking for a coach, when you're looking for support, if you're sat there watching this video thinking, you know what, I just need some help, I just need to pull myself out of this place, and I need to take my business to the next level because I've hit a plateau, you need to make sure of three things. You need to make sure you've got someone that's going to tell you when something is shit. You've got to make sure you've got someone that's going to allow you to sink or either swim, and you've got to make sure that you're going to invest some serious cash so that you have the traction, you have the skin in the game to make this thing happen. Because when you have that sort of relationship with a person, with an organization, within a peer group, you know what? Good things happen. You ultimately have that ultimate leverage to make sure that you can provide more, you can be more, you can have more, and you can do everything that's possible inside of this game that we call having a one-man empire.